What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If I look a little bit stressed out right now, it's because I am, okay? I came to this field, I thought it would be like such a dope spot to film this video, and it's like 90 degrees. I'm sweating just from setting the camera up, and there's freaking bugs everywhere. I got crawling on me. Oh, it's a stressful life being a YouTuber, man. But you don't give a shit about that. What you do care about is 5 essential items that you should always carry with you when you're hiking. And if you don't, you're stupid. I can't believe nobody's gotten, or I'm sure some people have, but I can't believe most people haven't gotten sick of the stupid title. Anyways, most of my videos are geared towards backpacking, and this one is certainly no exception. However, I do want to say that these 5 gear items are things that you should be carrying with you on all of your hikes. I don't care how long the hike is, I don't care where it is, I don't care who it's with, I don't care if it's a 2-month-long expedition, and I don't care if it's a 1-mile hike you're going on with your Tinder date. I don't care. You should always be carrying these 5 items for your safety, your well-being, and just to have a good time while you're hiking on the trail. Item number 1 is actually something I got right here. It's a headlamp. It's one of these guys, a headlamp. And now, again, this might be obvious if you're backpacking, like of course you're gonna need a headlamp. You know, you're at camp, it's night and stuff, you know, you unless you have night vision. If you got night vision, comment below, but if you do, you're a liar, so you. It's pretty obvious that you need one of these for backpacking, but you should always carry one of these, even if you're just day hiking. Even if you leave at the crack of dawn and you start your hike as soon as the sun comes up and you're only gonna be hiking for 20 minutes or whatever it is, you should always have one of these in your backpack. And it might seem a little bit overkill, and maybe it is. Honestly, actually, no, that's the whole point of this video. It's not overkill. And the reason is because you never know what's gonna happen. I don't care how good of a hiker you are. I don't care how bad of a hiker you are. In fact, I kind of like if you're a bad hiker because you probably watch my videos so you can get better. So thank you for being shitty at hiking. Things can always go wrong. Like the fact that this bird won't shut the fuck up. And when they do go wrong and you end up having to be stuck out in the woods a lot longer than you thought you did, you're gonna be screwed if it gets dark and you don't have one of these. Up here in the Northeast, you hear a lot about people having to get rescued in like the White Mountains and the Adirondacks, for instance. And I feel like the number one, this is purely my observation, but I feel like the number one reason that people have to get rescued is because maybe they hurt themselves or maybe they just like overestimate their abilities to do the hike that they're trying to do. And as a result, it ends up taking way longer than they thought, and they end up being out like past dark, out past the time the sun sets. And once it gets dark, they don't have any headlamp. They don't have something to light their way. Maybe they have like their phone, or it's 2021, they probably have their phone, let's be honest. And of course you got like the little flashlight app on there, but I mean, if you gotta hike like multiple miles on like really technical terrain or like difficult terrain, there's only so much that flashlight is gonna do. Even more so, like it's probably gonna run out of, your phone's gonna run out of battery eventually. This is gonna be much more effective, much safer, and than a phone flashlight will. So don't be doing that, you dummy. And I mean, let's be honest, it literally takes up no space. I mean, well, I guess not no space. It takes up about that much space in your backpack. It's not much space at all. I always carry this even when I have my tiny little trail running vest that I barely have any space in anyways. You really have no excuse not to bring it. Make sure it's fully charged, or make sure you have extra batteries if you have a battery powered headlamp, and just bring it with you. Just throw it in your pack. You don't even have to think about it, and you'll always be safe. Maybe, probably not actually, but and if it's dark, you'll be fucking bugs. Item number 2 is this thing right here. It's a paper map. And by the way, guys, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, because most people that watch my videos aren't actually subscribed, which is crazy. And even if you are subscribed, I need you to do something else. I need you to hit the notification bell. Unfortunately, with the changing YouTube algorithm, a normal subscription doesn't really mean as much as it used to. It doesn't really mean that much. I mean, it's great. But what you really want to do is hit the notification bell so you'll be sure that you won't ever miss one of these freaking ridiculous videos that I post. Do that. So paper maps, let's talk about these for a second. Now back in the day, obviously, you had to have a paper map because that was the only way that you would know where the hell you were going, or the only way you could plan your trip. But in 2021, unfortunately, or fortunately I guess, but in my opinion, unfortunately, the art of using a paper map has kind of gone by the wayside. You see a lot of people, very experienced hikers, not just beginners, that do not carry a paper map at all. And like, look, I get it. I get it. You got your cell phone. You can have your GPS app, which is probably easier to use and more useful than a paper map, and your camera and your freaking porn, whatever the hell else you want, all on one device. So I'm not saying you shouldn't use the GPS apps and stuff like that. I'm just saying you should still carry a paper map for a number of different reasons. The most obvious being if your phone runs out of battery. Once again, let's say you get lost and you use up all your phone battery with your stupid flashlight thing because you don't have a headlamp because you're stupid, then at least you can reference your paper map and still get yourself out of trouble. Although I guess if you don't have a headlamp and it's dark, well, you're basically just f***ed. But let's just say it's not night and your phone runs out of battery, or you break it. That, I mean, it sucks to say, but that can happen.
So my dumbass decided that I would be a gram weenie and not bring my case for my phone, and I dropped it and cracked the f***ing back.
My point is simply, it's good to have a backup. I mean, not only that, but I kind of prefer to like still plan my trips on paper maps and stuff too. And sometimes like your GPS could be wrong, especially if you're using AllTrails. I hear people complaining all the time that the AllTrails app is wrong and stuff like that. So it's good to have something that you can at the very least cross-reference and at the very most use as your primary source of navigation if shit hits the fan and your phone stops working. That would suck because then you won't be able to reply to any of your Tinder matches. You'll have to leave them all in red and you're never gonna ever have another date in your life. But at least you'll know where the f you're going as you stumble back to your car. You know what I'm saying? Let's go on to number 3. Number 3, the third item that you should always have with you, no matter what your hike is, essential item, is a jacket or some source of insulation. I almost said rain jacket, but I think I want to broaden it out to, constitute any layer of insulation. Now, like I said, it's hot as f today. If I was hiking right now, I really wouldn't need a jacket, but I would still pack it because I don't want to whack it. I was trying to rhyme there, but it just ended up being a masturbation joke. Anyways, yeah, you should have a jacket. Reason being, you never know how cold it's gonna get. I mean, you could check the weather, so I guess you could know, but up in the mountains, you can't predict the weather. That's what they always say. And there's been a few times where it's been a lot colder on my hike than I thought it would be. Fortunately, I carried a jacket and I was okay. Now going back to the rain jacket thing, if it's like really hot and I just want to carry like one layer of insulation, I would probably go with this because honestly, it does provide a decent amount of warmth. This is a Frog Togs jacket, by the way, budget shit. Check the description, I got a link there. And it would also obviously help me if it rains because it's gonna keep me a little bit dry or at least keep me warm in the rain versus if it was like a down jacket or something, it'd be kind of useless in the rain. So I guess if you could only take one, maybe take the jacket, but it's really gonna depend on the circumstances of your hike. So I don't wanna say you should like just always, take the rain jacket. So you should always take a layer of insulation with you no matter what. Even if you don't even touch it, just put it in your pack. It's there in case you need it, or maybe you'll get really sweaty and on the car ride home, you need something to put on. You got the AC in your car, so you pop the rain jacket on a little bit, or your whatever jacket on, it's a little bit more comfortable. I don't know, it's just a good thing to have, and it could save your life. Just like these videos, just subscribing to these videos specifically will save your life. So subscribe to these videos and hit the like button while you're at it. Let's go on to number 4, yeah. Hiking gear item number 4 that you should always carry with you is something like this. Something to purify your water in case you need more. Now this is a Sawyer Squeeze. This is my preferred filter. It has been for years and years and years now. However, you don't need this one specifically, although it is great, link in the description. Really any water purification device or chemical purification I don't know, just something to clean your damn water with in case you run out. It actually wasn't even a fly. I think it was just a piece of grass. I hate horse flies. There was one buzzing me while I set up the camera. I think it's gone, although it also looks like it's about to thunderstorm. So let's talk about water purification. Again, if you're going out for a backpacking trip, this is obvious, but if you're just going out for a day hike, you might ask, I can bring all the water that I need. Why bother carrying an extra filter or some extra tablets or anything like that? Let me tell you why. Again, a little filter like this really doesn't take up much space in your pack. If you have the chemicals, it's gonna be even less space. If you end up running out of water, you'll be thankful that you watched this video, and you will definitely subscribe after that because you'll be like, shit, Kyle just saved me from being thirsty and potentially saved me from being dehydrated. So you're welcome. Another thing to think about too is even if you don't run out of water, if you're on like a popular trail or a trail where there's other people, which is most trails these days, somebody else might run out of water. Maybe you're on like a really popular trail, there's some inexperienced hikers there that clearly haven't watched my videos, and one of them runs out of water. You see them struggling. I've even had people ask me if I have any extra water on hikes before. And maybe I only brought enough for me, which is probably the case, but if I have this guy, I can pull it out and I can filter some water for them. So I don't know, it's just a good thing to have. It takes up no space and it could really, really come in handy in a pinch. And so you should always carry something like this, even if you're only going out for a few miles or 1 mile or less than a mile. Oh, I hear thunder. I hear thunder. We better get this next one out of the way. This next one is snacks. And this one is kind of dumb, I'll admit. This is gonna be really obvious, but I'm gonna be totally honest. There have been multiple times where I didn't bring any snacks on hikes or didn't bring enough snacks and regretted it. This is seriously, like one time I hiked like a 14-mile hike and I didn't bring any snacks. Of course that was because I just forgot. It wasn't on purpose, but I have gone on hikes where I purposely just thought like, you know, I won't need any snacks, I'll be fine, I'll see you when I got back. And I was hungry and it slowed me down and definitely affected the hike. So you should always carry some snacks with you as well. Some of my go-tos, protein bars, you know, pistachios are another good one. Some nuts, maybe some beef jerky, you know. Do I have to explain food to you guys? I don't know, I don't think I do. I really need to get the f out of here. These clouds are coming in, so I'm gonna do that. But first, make sure you guys check out my 46 Climbs page. It's a charity run by one of my good friends. It's a hiker charity raising money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. You're gonna wanna check it out. Link in the description. Let's all come together for something positive here. And you're gonna wanna subscribe if you didn't get that memo already. Hit the notification bell, check out the Patreon, do all that good stuff. And don't get struck by lightning because that's what's about to happen to me.